Over the last few weeks, Donald Trump has followed a cycle of sudden military aggression toward Iran, followed by an abrupt pause in hostilities. The official reason for this delay is diplomacy. Gulf nations reportedly asked for a window of time to allow for a final round of negotiations with Tehran. However, while the public focus remained on those talks, Reuters reports that a deployment of Pakistani fighter jets, drones, and thousands of troops has been moving into Saudi Arabia. This marks the first time in a generation that Pakistan has committed this level of air and ground power to the defense of Saudi territory. While the world watches the public rhetoric, a massive, quiet military failsafe is actively being positioned in the Gulf. At the same moment those troops are landing in Riyadh, a different set of Pakistani officials is arriving here in Tehran. The frequency of these missions is significant. Pakistani envoys have conducted 4 secret trips to the Iranian capital in just 5 days. These trips are being led by Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi and Army Chief Asim Munir, the most senior members of Pakistan's military and security establishment. This reveals a striking contradiction. A nation hundreds of miles away is now acting as a primary peacemaker in Iran, while simultaneously serving as a frontline shield in Saudi Arabia. The catalyst for this dual-track strategy can be traced back to Donald Trump's recent diplomatic visit to China. The takeaway from that trip was clear. The United States is now confident that Beijing will not provide military support to Iran in the event of a conflict. This perceived isolation has allowed the U.S. to move into the second phase of its pressure campaign, using a proxy to deliver demands that would be impossible to deliver directly. Through Pakistan, the U.S. is demanding that Iran hand over 400 kilograms of its enriched uranium and halt its nuclear enrichment program. The second demand is for independent control and oversight of the Strait of Hormuz, a shipping lane that currently functions under Iranian influence. By routing these ultimatums through Islamabad, the U.S. is using a middleman to deliver a message it cannot deliver in person. Iran's counterdemands remain rigid. They are calling for a full lifting of economic sanctions and financial reparations for previous hostilities. If these negotiations fail and the U.S. chooses to strike, Iran's likely retaliation will target regional allies like Saudi Arabia. This creates a legal and military trap. Under a standing defense pact, Pakistan is obligated to protect Saudi airspace. Its jets and drones won't be the ones to intercept an incoming Iranian launch. However, Pakistan and Iran share a direct land border to the east. If a Pakistani pilot shoots down an Iranian missile over the Gulf, it could immediately spark a direct border-to-border war between the two neighbors on their own soil. The U.S. strategy is a classic good cop, bad cop routine, routed entirely through one partner. In Tehran, Pakistan is the diplomat, holding the door open for a peaceful resolution. In Riyadh, the Pakistani military is the stick, positioning jets to deter Iranian retaliation. By placing Pakistan at the nexus of both the diplomatic and military lines, the U.S. has moved the most immediate risks of a frontline escalation onto its proxy. This move changes the geography of the conflict, drawing the tensions of the Middle East directly into South Asia. A failure in diplomacy would now draw a nuclear-armed nation into a direct, retaliatory war. The timeline is governed by the ultimatums currently being discussed in Tehran. For now, regional peace rests on the ability of Pakistani diplomats to succeed before their fighter jets are forced to act.